Good morning and live from Balboa Yacht Club here in beautiful Newport Beach. It's day 4, race day 4. It's Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us wherever in the world you are. We have a great group again today. We have the competitors briefing led by our regatta chair for life, Christine Gribben. And all of our sailors are here in the audience, 12 teams from 6 nations joining us here at Balboa Yacht Club for the 58th edition of the oldest and most prestigious Youth Match Racing Championship in the world. I'm your host, Tom Ehman, and let's get on with it straight away because it is day 4. This is the morning show, we call it. We do this every morning. We'll do it again tomorrow at 0900. Today we have live racing led by Chris Bretschker, the executive producer of GovCup TV. We'll be out on, Commodore, you're hiding behind the, maybe I can get you in that shot. There he is, hiding over there behind the board. Commodore Peter Bretschker's Adios. He and Kari let us use their boat for the broadcast boat today and tomorrow. 11:30 Pacific, that's 18:30 UTC. We'll be live out on the race course. And then we're back here tonight for the semifinal press conference at 1900 Pacific. 7 p.m. here, and Andy will host the press conference with the 4 semifinalist skippers. Andy Rose, the GovCup guru, here on the GovCup stage under the GovCup Pavilion at Balboa Yacht Club. Press release that went out last night, thanks to Susan Watson-Kenny and Ken Sherb. Justin Callahan is the headline, goes undefeated for a third day on 19 wins, 0 losses. With 3 flights remaining in the second round robin, Callahan's lead is unassailable. I chose that word. And is through to the semis. Likewise Josh Hyde from the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron in the land of the long white cloud. He's on 16 and 3, right, Josh? Morgan Pinckney, the Newport Harbor Yacht Club across the harbor here, is on 14-5 and is all but assured of being the 3rd semifinalist. But Cole Tapper from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia down in Sydney is on 13-6. He's got to fight off strong challenges from Michael Kirkman here of the USA Bayview Yacht Club in Detroit and Theo Vesterlind of the GKSS, the Royal Göteborg Yacht Club in Göteborg, Sweden. They're both tied on 5th place. 5th place, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, tied on 5th place at 11 and 8. And that, of course, after the last 3 rounds robin are completed by Dr. Don and his team, then we will have the semifinals today live. So the release goes on. I'm not going to read it to you. It's been widely distributed. Thanks again to Susan Kenny and her team. But the key points here are that today we'll finish up those 3 rounds robin 20, 21, and 22, the double round robin. At the end of that, it looks like Justin Callahan, he's all but assured of being the top team. And Justin, are you back there listening or gas bagging there in the back? Good morning, Justin. Put your hand up so we can see you back there, way in the back. Your dad will appreciate that, so will your mom, maybe your brother too. Justin then will choose which of the other 3 semifinalists, assuming he gets through. And as I said in the release, we heard from Coach Jeffrey Peterson where's Jeffrey? He's back there in the back as well. Put your hand up again, Jeff. You're coaching 3 teams, I hear. Justin, Dylan C., and Michael Kirkman, right? So Coach Peterson went through the pros and cons of who Callahan, Justin, and his team might choose for that semifinal. He gets to choose which of the other 3 teams, as you all know. You will go do that, Justin. Justin, you will go do that with Dr. Don Becker, and we're not going to put the teams on the boat, right? We're just going to have Justin tell you, assuming it's him. The chief umpire is going to go over and ask Justin. Well, you'll tell us that in the morning brief. And then they will tell us I'll hear from Dr. Don Becker, and we'll put that on GovCup TV live. So that's the essence of all that. That'll be a cool moment. It always is. Cool moment of the day. And I just want to read the second to last paragraph because the days from yesterday, minor surprise was that Cole Tapper, who the defending champ, of course, and the current world youth match racing champion from Australia, he's now lost 6 matches overall in the rounds robin, 3 on Day 1 and 3 on each of the rounds, rather, in rounds 1 and 2. With 3 flights remaining in round 2, there's a narrow window for either Theo Vesterland, who we had on the stage yesterday, or Michael Kirkman, who we had on the stage in the morning show the day before, both sitting at 11-8 to overtake Tapper for the final semifinal slot. So we got some cool racing going on today. And to tell you how it's all going to happen, as usual, we have the GovCup chair for life and a director of this yacht club, the esteemed Christine Gribben. Morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
I trust you're well.
I am.
Did you have a bit of an umpire's dinner last night?
We had an umpire dinner last night.
Why the umpires are all dressed up in Hawaiian
They
regalia?
are. The theme was Hawaiian, and a couple of them have their shirts and decorations on from last night. They may have slept in them, yes, because they like them so much.
That or they're weird.
Don't say that about my umpires. All right. To get things rolling again, we're going to have, when you come in today from racing, the boats will come in behind us on the inside main dock. We will have a wedding today here along with our GovCup tent. The wedding is going to be on that side of the flagpole. There will be big green hedges up, so just kind of stay on this side of the hedge, not that side, until they are finished. They won't be there too long. They may not even be here when we get in. So stay off the grass. Becky's going to have a tent set up over here, a black one that says Balboa Yacht Club on it. Put all of your gear and sails in underneath the tent when you come up the walkway. Let's see. Tonight's dinner is going to be upstairs, so the stairs behind you go all the way up the stairs, and it's going to be in that room. It's going to be pasta dinner tonight, and I think that's all the housekeeping things you have. Anybody have any questions? No? All right. Becky?
Becky Lenhart, Racing Director here at Balboa Yacht Club.
Let's see. We'll start with Ethan.
Ethan Fong from the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron in Auckland.
Number 11. Never mind. Do it again. All right.
Announce it, please.
Number 1. Daniel Kemp.
From the Royal Prince Alfred Yacht Club, also in Oz.
11. Adam.
From the Greystones Yacht Club in Ireland.
8.
Sailing, Greystone Sailing Club, right, Adam?
Sienna.
Sienna Nichols. Good morning, Sienna, from the Balboa Yacht Club, age 16, the youngest competitor in the
4.
competition, soon to turn 17.
Dylan.
Dylan C., Stanford University. He will join us for Andy's interview this morning. One of our guest skippers in the morning show.
Yep. Number 5. Oh, no, sorry. 6. Teo.
Theo Vesterland from the GKSS, the Royal Göteborg Sailing Society in Gothenburg, Sweden. Good morning.
5. You had yesterday? One more time.
When you hear that, that means obviously that they have already raced that boat.
9. All right.
So if they draw a boat they've already sailed, then Becky reassigns.
Cole.
Cole Tapper, Cruising Yacht Club of Australia, defending champ. Good morning, Cole. I trust you're well.
Number 2. Morgan.
Morgan Pinkney from across, as is Dylan C., across the harbor here at Newport Harbor Yacht Club.
Number 5. Victor.
Victor Melchior from the KDY, the Royal Danish Yacht Club in Copenhagen.
Number 10. Oh, wait. Number 12. Michael.
Michael Kirkman from the great state of Michigan, Novi, Michigan, Bayview Yacht Club.
3, Josh Hyde.
Josh Hyde, also from New Zealand, standing on number 2 on the leaderboard. Good morning, Josh, the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron.
Number 7. And then Justin.
Justin Callahan, undefeated so far. Key Biscayne Sailing Club? Biscayne Bay Sailing Club, Harvard.
Number 10. Right, thank you.
Collegiate team. College Sailor of the Year, 2025. Is that it?
That's it.
Here I am, switching the show and gas bagging away, and it's over.
It
Christine, who's next?
Dr. Don Becker, our PRO.
Dr. Don's been doing this for decades, either on the race committee or as chair thereof. Morning, Dr.
Are we on?
Don.
We're on. Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I have an announcement. I have a staffing problem on my boat. For the line sighter, I have 2 people on the bow of the boat. I don't know if you've noticed how I work. We have 2 people on the bow of the boat to sight the line. My line sighter is not available today, and I'd like to substitute her with Captain Bob Strang, who has been line sighter at the Governor's Cup for probably 10 years. The issue we have with Bob is his grandson is sailing on one of the boats. I have another person up there that's going to be supporting him. If you have a problem with that, I've checked with the chief umpire, I've checked with the regatta chair, and they don't believe we have a conflict of interest. But if you have a problem with that, would you please get in touch with Katie before you go out on the water today? Bob just knows yellow and blue. He doesn't know who's in the boats. Okay, wanted to make that announcement. Second one is I'm going to try to start on time again at 11 o'clock. When I'm up there trying to set the course up, I'm not watching where anybody is. So if you stray too far from the line and it's 11 o'clock, I may start on time and you maybe have a problem. Format, we're going to complete the round robin with 3 races. We'll have a short break after that. We'll have Justin select who he's going to sail against, and then we'll announce it over the radio of the order of finishes and the pairings for the next flight. The umpires will notify you which start you will be in and which side of the line you'll be on and who you'll be sailing against, okay? The order of start will be round robin 1, followed by round robin 2, followed by the 5-6 knockout, the 7-8 knockout, the 9-10 knockout, and the 11-12 knockout. We're going to sail 1 complete flight of 6, and then we're going to excuse the consolation round, the 5 through 12, and you can stay and watch or you can sail in, and then we're going to run 1 more semifinal match of the top 4. And then we're going to come in. So today we should be able to pull that off without too much difficulty. Anybody have any questions? Okay. Have fun, sail fast, and sail fair.
Thank you, Don. Greg Newman, are you here for the bosuns this morning? Yep, here he is.
Wild applause. Good morning. Everybody's having a great regatta. It was a fun time last night, and it's going to be a good day today. Really only 2 things. One is if you can't find your lunch, bucket, pail, thermos, whatever that soft-sided thing, it's on the dock where you left it last night. So there's a couple teams that will have to find their lunch pails. Second is reverberating Andy Rose's words last night. Yesterday there was some contact and some credit cards were swiped. I would be very, very careful. Like Andy said, if you don't think you can make it, don't try it. We understand it's match racing, it's close racing, but just be really careful. The repairs are not inexpensive. These are custom-built one-off boats. Not trying to, spook you. I know you're going to be close, but just if you're thinking you're going to do something that's radical or out of order, and someone's going to be unprepared for that move, be careful. So far, we're doing well with the boats, and we'd like to end the regatta with that, and none of you having to meet Randy Marino, who is waiting down here for you each evening with his charming and fun demeanor. So have a great day on the water. I'll be out on the water with you today. Looking forward to exciting racing, and good luck to everybody.
Thank you. Chief Umpire Katie Maxim.
Good morning. We just wanted to say how impressed we were yesterday with the Lima queue before racing. It could have added a bunch of time to the start of sailing yesterday. And those of you that had your Limas up, you guys did a really great job kind of lining up and being ready for the bosun to help you out. So thank you very much for keeping the racing going quickly. Another thing is that life jackets are required to be worn while afloat. So please, even on your toes in, remember to keep your life jackets on. And with that, I'd like to open up the floor to any questions for our morning debrief. Victor, come on up.
Yeah, so we had the battle against the Swedish in flight 13, match 2. And to be honest, I would say it was a pretty tight match. And we are a bit, we don't know why they didn't got penalized in the end. And yeah, I can try to take you through it.
That'd be great. And Teo, it was Teo, correct? Come on up. And our umpires for that match are going to be John Pratt is going to be representing the group with Jeff Pedrick.
All right. So.
And the mic.
So I will just put up the finish line.
Maybe stand here.
Okay, so this is another start that's going on, and this is our race. We are in the yellow boat, and the Swedish are in the green boat. We move like this. Of course, we're sailing. And then at some point, the Swedes, they just start jibing. They just start turning down to the finish line, and we have to avoid them and slow down our boat, not to hit this guy, and not to hit this guy, and then we lose the match. And yeah, that's basically how I saw it. And yeah, I don't know if you saw it differently.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was pretty much like that. Maybe not that much overlap, but it was a little overlap still. Yeah, I think a little bit like that.
Okay.
Name and country, please.
Yes, Jeff Pedrick from the United States. So we were umpiring this match, and I'll be the boat without a boom and rapidly losing its deck for our umpire position. So yeah, there was another start down here that we were aware of as we were coming close to the finish. And the way that we saw it was boats were coming this way, and Teo jibed first to a course that put him aiming into the line, maybe a third away or closer to the pin. If there was any overlap, it was very slight at that point. As you're coming down to the finish, we had him clear ahead. And because we have a starboard boat here at the pin, our two competitors are on port, need to keep clear of them. We felt that Teo gave enough room for Victor to pass between him and the starboard boat as they came down to the finish, and that was why we flew a green flag for no penalty.
So you didn't notice that the Swedish just start turning their boat when they came to the finish line like this, almost start jibing?
After the finish, we did have, I'm going to move this boat out of the way because they weren't in the picture. We did have them come straight down and jibe. And when their sail filled, when they completed their jibe onto starboard, there was enough space between the two of you that you could then keep clear of them. So yes, they did jibe, but we felt that it was giving room as needed. Yeah.
Get on a mic, please. Get on a mic, please.
Yeah. What John was saying was the boats.
Come on into the shot, please. Come on into
I tried.
please, John.
Yeah, so it was after the finish, and it may have been after you cleared the finish line. So it was not part of the race. And you were flying your Yankee flag before that.
On the mic, please, Marty. Come on up in the shot.
Okay, yeah,
Name and country and hairdresser, please.
I think Andy's my hairdresser, and then Marius Westerlind from Sweden. So yeah, I was just wondering. So so the situation you were thinking that Theo had mark room on the Danish or not? Like you didn't think there was overlap, or
We did not think there was overlap. I think we didn't really consider marker room as much as the other boat there because they were aiming with overlap toward the finish. Okay. So they didn't need to come down, and then in our estimation, they did not come down until after they had finished, and they gave room, as I said, to the boat relative to the starboard boat.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any other questions about the incident? All right, awesome. Here we also have another question from Adam Letty. Come on up. And Adam was racing against Ethan Fong in match 5, flight 18. So if we can get the umpire representative up here as well. Masa from Japan is going to be representing the umpire team for this one. Cool. And if we could get Ethan.
Okay, so...
Hold on, let's let Ethan come on up.
Cool. Sorry. So this incident occurred as we were coming into the finish. We were in yellow here, astern, occasionally overlapping, holding out Ethan. And then as we were coming down, we were still to windward of the pin, but down out and to leeward were a number of coach boats. Ethan signaled for room to pass, so we came down to allow them to pass straight through. In this, they started to jibe, and we had to jibe to avoid contact. And then we were probably further down. We started coming up. There was an overlap the whole time. And as we came up, there was no contact, but then we received a penalty for not keeping clear. So my question is, do we have to allow this jibe here? Because we came down to 180 to let them pass, and then in the jibe, we had to jibe also to keep clear. That's my question.
Yeah, no, that's exactly pretty much what happened. We just jibed because one, it was just like a last ditch effort because we knew we weren't going to cross, so yeah. It worked out, I guess.
Okay. Our view at the
Name and country, please.
Umpire Masa from Japan. Okay. Our view on the obstruction. Both of you overlapped approaching the obstruction, and the outside board. You were outside board. Yep. Then he was inside board. And therefore, the outside board give inside board the room to pass the obstruction. And the room to pass the obstruction, if room to pass the obstruction include the jibe here, then it's within the room you have to give him the at the obstruction. Yeah. In our case, it is obvious that if you pass this obstruction, you definitely need to jibe here. Therefore, we decided the jibing here is within the room you have to give him at the obstruction. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any other questions of the umpires this morning? Awesome. And I hand it back to you, Tom and Christine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie Maxim. Chief umpire, which in umpiring parlance is the chump, C-H-U-M-P, chief umpire, right, Christine?
Yes, it is.
She is anything but a chump,
That's correct.
besides being your sister.
She is my sister.
It's a family affair.
That's all I have for this morning.
Any questions for Christine?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you
right.
very much. The
Have a great day
competitors' briefing
sailing.
ends, and now we get to the, thank you. And we'd like to invite Andy Rose up, who is the GovCup guru. He's chairman of the steering committee here at Balboa Yacht Club. And while he's coming up, I've got the leaderboard, the consolidated leaderboard for wins from both rounds robin 1 and 2. We'll be talking a little bit about that. You can check during the racing, if you're not watching us live on TV, but during the racing you can see via matchracingresults.com, and they have the results within a few minutes of each flight of each match in the semis and finals ending. Some great shots from Tom yesterday. Tom Walker, of our 3 leaders, Callahan, Hyde, and Tapper. Morgan, we had plenty of shots of you yesterday, so I didn't include one this morning, but those shots courtesy of Tom Walker. Thank you very much. And I just want to thank Dylan Bartels, who's in the back, who's been doing our audio all week and will continue to be with us out on the water. And also we have a new addition, Andrew. You even got a little bit of work done this morning. Your face looks rather less red. Thanks to our hair and makeup artist, Bella De Giovanni. Bella's in from Fort Worth, Texas, and she's now doing hair and makeup for the sailors. That's Teo yesterday.
I asked her for more hair, but she couldn't do that.
And all of us take a little, all it is tinted sunscreen for those of you who are making fun of us, but it is helpful, and we appreciate Bella doing that very much. Also, the umpires sitting here in the front row, you can see they clearly are, I wouldn't say they're hungover by any means. I'm sure they have very clear heads, and you can see them in their Hawaiian, right, Damien? Their Hawaiian garb, because they had a great traditional umpire dinner last night here at the Balboa Yacht Club. Pam Nichols is saying, go Team BYC in the chat. A lot of people on in the chat. We had, again, over 1,000 views of yesterday's morning show. And there's Isabella Holdsworth. Do you know her? From the Royal Prince Alfred Yacht Club. And she is saying, go Team RP AYC. Andy Rose, that is now your segment. We're up to the guest skipper segment. And today, we have Victor Melchior from the Royal Danish Yacht Club, KDY, and Dylan C. from Newport Harbor Yacht Club. Please welcome them to the stage.
Gentlemen, you guys aren't going to be semifinalists.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
But, this is your second and your first Governor's Cup. Victor, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying my time here, and we are improving a lot as a team. So I enjoy that. I'm trying to focus on that. And sometimes you also gotta accept that some teams are just better, and we have things to work on, and hopefully we can come back next year and go to the semis.
Yeah, I've lost some match races, but I never thought the other teams were better. It was just some terrible thing that happened that we didn't win. It looked to me like both you guys and the fleet sort of separated now into the top, 4, and the next 2, and then everybody else. But the racing was much closer yesterday. I could see the teams with less experience getting better.
Do you feel you are, Victor, that you guys are really improved over the week?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we compare to the first day, I think we are a bit closer in the matches now, and now we don't lose that much in the start anymore, which we did in the beginning. And now it's sort of like later on in the game, so that's super positive, yeah.
That's great. Well, Dylan, you're, you had a couple great races and a couple not so great. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think yesterday we had a bit of a rougher day, and I think most of it just came down to the starts. I got caught pushing a lot in a day where we kind of had to lead. Our one race win from the day came from when we were leading, and it was probably more than that as well, but it was, came down a lot to the starts, for sure.
I think you should wear this today. This is the tree that you saw Monday night.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay,
Maybe
tomorrow. Fair enough. We actually, back in the day, the first Governor's Cup I sailed, I got third, and the race for third and fourth was between my great friend, the late Andy McDonald, and this was in the late 60s and during the Arab-Israeli thing. So the last day, we dressed up with a blazer and stuff to be Israelis, and they dressed up as Arabs, and well, you can figure out who won. But but it was a little more, it was a little more casual back then. But anyway, well, what, Dylan, compared to last year, what do you think your biggest performance increase? In what area from last year to this year?
We definitely figured the boats out a lot better this year. We were really happy with our pace. The first 2 or 3 matches of the regatta this year, we were starting to get dialed in, but definitely by day 2, we were really happy with how the boat was moving through the water. I think that was a huge improvement for us.
Great, yeah. As I said, boat speed makes great tactics. But a lot of the boats are, as I said, Morgan is, seems really especially fast out of the maneuvers and, really fast. So I think a lot of people have gone fast. But it just takes longer, Victor, don't you think, to get, these are very responsive boats, but if you haven't sailed one before, and you haven't, it takes a while to get used to them.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for me, I'm used to a little bit faster dinghies, and you're pointing so high in these keel boats and soaking so much in the downwind. So that's something I need to adjust for sure. And the
first thing Victor did when he walked down and looked at the boats was look for the foils, and unfortunately there aren't any, sir. Actually, fortunately. So I should say that to remind everybody, as we said Tuesday night, that Victor is a top European WASP sailor, which is the single-handed foiling dinghy, which looks pretty exciting. I mean, are they as fun as they look?
They are super fun to sail. Of course, a little bit less teamwork and a little bit less tactics and stuff, because it's a bit more about technique, and obviously you're alone. But yeah, it's super fun, and you got a good rush, especially in the downwinds.
Yeah, sort of like the America's Cup. Not much tactics and not much. Yeah, got it. Anyway, I asked you, speaking of that, yesterday when we spoke briefly, I said, you're a foiling sailor, and, I think everybody knows my thought on the America's Cup. It should be an 80-foot planing, maybe lifting keel monohulls. And you sort of agreed on that what you do is great, I believe, but that it would be great to have sailors back on the America's Cup boats. Is that true, or did I make that up?
No, for sure. I mean, it's true. Obviously, I think sailing should be with sailors and not bikers. I agree on that, but
that is the line of the day. Sailing should be for sailors.
But on the other hand, I don't think you fully have to remove the foils. I think SailGP is a good. If you look at the SailGP, you have 6 sailors on board, and all of them are sailors, and so I think you can still have the foiling and sailors together.
I think it adds one more, as long as you believe in the last part that we agree on. It just adds one more dimension to the sport. So I think one of the most amazing things about sailboat racing is there are so many aspects to it. You can do slow dinghies, you can do slonars, you can sail on big boats, you can match race, you can team race, and I think go across oceans. And I think having especially in the dinghy class like that, having a foiling thing just gets more people involved. But you happily have not. We've seen some people that are really good in regular keel boats get on a GP boat and not do so well. I won't name any names, but at least you have the experience in both, which is kind of cool. So you can keep doing that and still come back and win the Governor's Cup.
For sure, that's the goal.
All right, very good. And you have only 4 years left.
Yeah,
Poor
something
thing.
like that.
Poor thing. Are you going to keep doing this?
Hopefully, I think that's the goal. The
Yep.
idea is just get a little more match racing in, come here a couple more times, and just see how it goes out.
Well, you know, Morgan has 2 U.S. Youth Match Racing Championships for the Rose Cup, and you have 1 now. So, you know, it'd be good if you just beat that record and just get 3. I think you have 3 more years in that.
I think I can only tie him. I don't think I can
Oh
go
well,
for third.
but tying him and the tiebreaker is the last one to win. So, sorry, Morgan, but if he wins 1 more, he's it. He'd be more bitching. Anyway, well, thank you guys. Good luck today. It is lightening up a little bit. So, what'd you think? I thought yesterday were about perfect conditions. That was amazing. We should have gone until like 9 in the evening and just partied the next 2 days. But, you know, well, that's great. And I'm glad you guys are here. And good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Andrew, that pretty well wraps this one up. Nice group here, and I am looking forward to great racing today. We'll be live. You and I are doing the commentary with Matt Whitfield starting at 11:30.
And Jeffrey Peterson on the roving boat.
And we'll have Jeff on the roving boat, assuming he doesn't have coach duties. We have Marcello Torre checking in from, I guess, Perth. I don't know where he is. Normally living in Perth in WA, Western Australia, saying, "Go Pulsey." Who is Pulsey? I know who Jay Juicy is. Who's Pulsey? Is that you as well, Justin? Is that another nickname of yours? What else do they call you? We don't. Well,
He doesn't want to go into that.
So that's Marcello Torre checking in, and John Kelsey is saying, Andy, you'll like this comment, match racing really builds skills.
Without question.
Right? You would
Without
agree with
question.
that, I think.
But then, unfortunately, when you get older, they seem to fade.
And
but,
Kim,
you know,
sorry, say again?
when you get older, they seem to fade.
Well, speak for yourself. There's Kim McIntosh. She's here somewhere, maybe in the crowd. She's saying, "Go Juicy J." I think that's also Justin. Well, I'm afraid to ask him. I'm afraid to ask him what that means, Andrew. Juicy
He's
J.
going to get the award for the weirdest nicknames.
Okay, that's it for us. That wraps up the pre-race morning show on day 4, Saturday the 2nd of August here in beautiful Newport Beach. Again, we'll be live at 11:30 with the racing, and then we'll be back in here under the GovCup Pavilion at 1900, 7 p.m. tonight for the semifinal press conference. Thank you for joining us. See you hopefully online, if not out there in person, at 11:30. Ciao for now.